What is going on, everybody? Riddle's here, back again. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel this morning. It is Monday morning, May 21st, about 9:30. I hope that everybody had a great, wonderful weekend and you're having a great start to your week. I am Riddles, and this is the Riddle Me This podcast. And you are tuned in to episode number 9 of the Riddle Me This podcast. On today's show, we have the Turncoat Dirty Days of Night review, Axe Murder Boys, Muerte, pre-order information, Liquid Assassin, KOBA, track list and pre-order information, and the R.O.C. speaking out on the Psychopathic and MNE situation and the beef. Now, first I want to share something with you guys. You may care, you may not. I woke up Friday morning, and of course, it's Friday, the weekend's coming up, and something just told me in my mind of check your bank account. So I log in onto my bank account, and to my shock, my surprise, there was an unauthorized charge, use of my debit card on my account, $45 to Audible. So I called my bank, and they opened up an investigation. As far as that goes, I don't use Audible. I had a free trial of Audible a little over a year ago, and I got a couple of books off of that, and then canceled within the 30 days. So I don't have Audible, so I was shocked and rather pissed off when I found out that Audible had charged $45 to my account, either through the company themselves or somebody had gotten a hold of my debit card, and my bank thinks somebody's gotten a hold of my debit card information. So they put my debit card on hold, they froze it, and I'm just waiting on a new debit card. My bank did issue me a claim credit for the $45. So the bank themselves put the $45 back in my account. Now I'm just waiting for Audible to do the right thing and rectify this situation somehow, some way. Because I didn't make the charge. And if Audible themselves somehow or another made that charge onto my account, that's pretty fucked up and that's pretty sleazy. And that is theft. Same goes if somebody just stole my debit card information and used it to charge up $45 worth of ebooks. So, it's a fucked up situation. It's sleazy. It's wrong either way, and I'm just hoping that I get this fixed at some point. Still waiting on my new debit card. I did, luckily, before the weekend, I did make a little bit of extra pocket money, selling a few things here that I was trying to part with. So, I mean, it's not like I was just broke and shit out of luck all weekend, but, still, it's pretty messed up, and it's pretty, and it's pretty sad, that, people stoop to these levels just to get get what they want, and they put it on somebody else's dime. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Eventually, you're gonna get caught doing it if you're doing it, but it is what it is. So, the moral of this story, just keep an eye on your finances. Make sure that everything is up to date, everything is current, and everything that is on your bank account is something that you did or you authorized. Um, you know, luckily, uh, with my bank, they recognized it right away as potential fraud, so they froze my debit card, so to speak. I guess that's how you would say it. And they're sending me a new one out. And, they gave me the $45 credit back into my checking account. So that's good. But still, on Audible's end, especially if that was them for whatever reason, I have heard some horror stories about Audible. But, I don't know. I'm still waiting to hear back from them on that. The investigation is still going. It can take anywhere from, I think, the lady I spoke to said 45 to 90 days. So maybe waiting a little while. It may go through a lot sooner. I don't know. Just have to wait and see. But anyways, let's get into the show today. I'm sorry I just went off on that little tangent, that little ramble. Let's start off with this Turncoat Dirty Days of Night review, which was just released a few days ago via Magic Ninja Entertainment. Of course, if you don't know who Turncoat Dirty is, that is Boondocks before he was Boondocks. Before he was Boondocks, he was with a group of rappers in from where he's from in Georgia. Southern Hustlers Incorporated, or Inc., however you want to put it. And Boondocks was under the name Turncoat Dirty. And Turncoat Dirty is more of it's more gangster rap oriented. It's more of a gangster rap sound. With that southern hip hop influence in there. Still, some of the horrorcore wicked shit is in there, but it's just more of a gangster rap sound, and some people are into it, some people are not. A lot of people like myself were more familiar with Boondocks and not Turncoat Dirty. Now, when Boondocks first came onto the scene as Boondocks on Psychopathic, and he was releasing The Harvest on the label, and after that album came out, and I dug into his history before signing to Psychopathic. He I had looked up a lot of his old stuff as Turncoat Dirty. Some of it I liked, some of it I didn't. It's just kind of a mixed bag with me. But he did come out with some dope songs back then. Of course, I'm a fan of Southern hip hop and like old school gangster rap, and he's got this old school gangster rap sound that I love and that I appreciate. And he's been saying for years now that he had wanted to do a Turncoat Dirty style project somehow, some way. But it's like whenever he would get ready to do said project, something bad would come up. It was just bad luck all around. and the project would just never get done, or it would just get scrapped completely, and it would just never see the light of day. So, after years of wanting to do something with the Turncoat Dirty name, once again, he was finally able to. He was finally able to make something of it and complete a Turncoat Dirty project. And with this, we got Dirty Days of Night, which is, of course, released on Magic Ninja Entertainment, Twisted label, where he is currently signed. 8 tracks, 1 guest appearance with Red. You know, I've heard a lot of people saying that this album was complete shit. It sucked. But for me, my opinion, I enjoyed it for the most part. There was a couple little things in there. There was some like auto tune in there in a couple places that I could have done without. And a lot of people are saying they didn't like it because of the production sound. I personally like that little touch in the production, because you go back and you listen to old Turncoat Dirty. There is, hold on a second, there we go. It's just old Turncoat Dirty has this raw, rugged production style. Back then in those days when he was, before he got signed to Psychopathic and eventually now with Magic Ninja, he didn't really have, all this big studio, setup and technology that he's got at his disposal now. So a lot of his old Turncoat Dirty stuff, it is kind of underproduced. It is raw. It has a very raw sound, and with Dirty Days of Night, they kind of revisited that a little bit, and I like that. I appreciated that. But like I said, there was a couple little places in there, I think with some auto tune or something that I could have done without. I don't like auto tune that much. Kind of like back when South of Hell came out, one of Boondocks' last releases on Psychopathic. And he did the song We All Fall, which that was like one of my favorite songs on the album. But just with that auto tune in that song, I fucking hated that. I could do without that. But other than that, I enjoyed this album. It started off the intro retrospective with just different little sound clips of him as Turncoat Dirty from back in the day. It goes into Frank Castle, which was, if you're a comic book geek like I am, that is like a Punisher style track, which Punisher is one of my favorite comic book characters of all time. I love the Punisher. Excuses. This was one of those where the auto tune was like in the chorus, and I just fucking hated that. The song itself was decent, but the auto tune just kind of took it away for me. Desert Eagle, but that was another one of my favorite songs on this one. Just kind of like a gunplay kind of song. The Rage featuring Red. I don't know why, but this kind of made me think of like the Incredible Hulk in a way. Just how when when the Hulk is not angry, you know, everything's cool, but then he gets angry and shit hits the fan. And Red is fucking dope. Red really is. I like Red. I like his style, his voice, his flow. Red is just amazing at what he does. Knockin', which is talking about the the devil, you know, evil comes knocking at your door. Um, and you know, it's kind of like, you know, you see it in like old cartoons and you know, just different shows. You got the angel on one shoulder, the devil on the other, um, and it's kind of like a battle, a tug of war, between good and evil. Unstable, of course, that's a song about uh, mental issues, mental conditions, which Boondocks is not afraid to talk about. He does have some demons, um, and some mental problems, and you know, he doesn't mind discussing that in his songs, in one way or another. And ending with Chronicle. This was a song besides Desert Eagle that I really didn't get into. It took me a couple listens to this song to really get into it, but after a while, um, I did kind of enjoy it. Still not one of my favorites, um, but it kind of does its job for me. So, Dirty Days of Night, in all, not a bad EP, but could it have been better and so much more? Yes, absolutely. Um, but maybe this was his vision for this, and what came out was, you know, what he wanted. And maybe at some point we may get a full length Turncoat Dirty style album. We don't know yet. But, you know, people have been wanting it for years. Boondocks have been wanting to do it for years. But bad things kept happening. And he finally got to do it. So I'm glad he finally got to do it. And for the most part, like I said, I enjoyed this album. But in a lot of ways, it could have been better. It could have been so much more. That's just my opinion. But much love to Boondocks. Like I said, I loved Red on the Rage track. That was great. And I'd like to hear more of Red sometime in the future. So that was that. You can get this EP, of course, on twistedshop.com, uh, iTunes, Amazon, you know, digital music retailers, things like that. I think it's on Spotify and such too. So go and check that out as well. Um, let's get into this A and B Muerte pre-order information here. Of course, you know, they've got uh, their new album on Magic Ninja, which is dropping soon. And Axe Murder Boy's new album Muerte is now available for pre-order on MNEstore.com and on iTunes. They are offering the album in 5 different bundles featuring various items, including the album, a t-shirt, bandana, and a jersey. Muerte is set to be released June 15th via Magic Ninja Entertainment. And the press release goes as follows. Muerte marks the first full-length release from A&B and MNE in their first release in over 4 years. together again, Bones Dub and Otis, aka Young Wicked, bring you some of the most killer hustle in game. This album will not disappoint and will reinforce that A&B put it down for the fam and drop banging tracks when they get together and knock them out. So you can get the just the CD for $8.99, the CD and bandana for $15, the CD and T-shirt combo for $25, the CD and hockey jersey combo for $145, and the ultimate bundle, which is everything included, for $165. And of course, you can get it at iTunes as well. Of course, like I've mentioned. And here is the track list: intro, Who Wanna Die, Goner, Death Song, For the Crew, La Proxima, I think I said that right, Problem, FTB2, MBKTA, My Do, Fucker Mail, Vibe, and Low Life featuring Twisted. So, there are 13 tracks, only one guest appearance featuring Twisted, of course, on the final track. That's pretty cool. It's not loaded down with guest appearances and filler. It's just all straight up A&B doing their thing on Magic Ninja. I can't wait for it. I think it's going to be a great album, and I'm highly anticipating it. So go and get your pre-orders in for A&B's Muerte. Liquid Assassin is releasing his brand new album via Lyrical Snuff Productions soon. And it is called KOBA. I think I'm saying that right. KOBA. And I have the track list and the pre-order information here. If you've been out of the loop, the homie Liquid Assassin of LSP has been hard at work on his next album, KOBA, for a minute now. The release date has been announced, and pre-orders are now available. KOBA will hit the streets on June 18th, and you can pre-order it here. So we've got A&B's album coming out on the 15th, and then you've got Liquid Assassins coming out on the 18th, 3 days apart. Of course, I will link it in the description below so you can go and pre-order this album. And the track list goes as follows: 13 tracks. Blast Off, KOBA, the title track. Let Me Out featuring Doughboy and Class. Blood Showers, Machete featuring Kamikaze of Brain Sick and Playboy the Beast of Murder Music. That sounds like a dope trio right there. Right Away, Valak. No Help featuring Whitney Payton. No Mercy. Run Fast, Scar featuring Gino Cult Shit. That's something that I can't wait to hear, that I'm interested in hearing. Losing Control and Blues. You already know that Liquid Assassin spits fire, and with features by Class, Playboy the Beast, Whitney Payton, and even a previous recording by Gino Cult Shit. This is an album you're not going to want to sleep on. And of course, you can pick it up at gorehopshop.bigcartel.com. That'll be linked in the description below. I've said it before. Liquid Assassin is kind of a mixed bag for me. There's some of his music that I love, some of it that I don't. His most recent album, Mulatto, was really good. I highly praised that album on my old channel before it got taken down. So I definitely can't wait to hear this. Um, I'd heard something about he speaks a little bit on Grave Plot and what happened with that, uh, and just some other things from back in the day. So I definitely can't wait to hear this album. I also heard this album is straight up horrorcore, wicked shit uh, style. So definitely can't wait to hear this. Of course, I'm definitely interested in. Can't wait to hear the song with Gino. Can't wait to hear what he does with Whitney Payton. This is gonna be another great album. Um, that you know I think a lot of people are gonna sleep on, and they're gonna miss out on some dope music if they do. So go and support Liquid Assassin, support LSP, and pick up uh, Liquid Assassin's upcoming album. So we're gonna end of today's episode with, of course, the R.O.C. speaking out on the whole Psychopathic Magic Ninja beef, um, and what's been going on with that as of late. Uh, and it says, shortly after my initial post, I was able to catch last night's smoke sesh with Monoxide on Twisted's Facebook. Someone asked about R.O.C's statements concerning the beef, and he had a lot to say about it. A majority of his 30-minute smoke session talked about the status of juggalos, what he considers family, MNE, psychopathic, and a lot more. You can watch the video here. And of course, as always, links to these articles will be in the description below. I did watch the video on Twisted's Facebook, and I don't know if Mono just naturally comes off this way, if he realizes that he comes off this way. I don't know, but he sounds very condescending in the way that he says a lot of different things, and just talks about different subjects. He just has a condescending, smartass kind of vibe and tone to his voice. Maybe he doesn't really mean to sound that way. Maybe that's just him naturally. I don't know. Also, he was on there and he wished a happy birthday to CPN, and was kind of low key throwing shade at him and threatening him, saying that they were going to send him a special birthday gift or whatever. So that kind of is what it is. That's between CPN and Mono, but that is what it is. Mono kind of stooping that low to throw shade at somebody in the Juggalo community for speaking their mind on shit. But it goes on to say, with all of the drama that seems to dominate social media these days, particularly in the underground, it's good to see some positivity surface. This time it was the R.O.C. who took a few minutes to speak about the beef between Magic Ninja and Psychopathic Records. Just to set the record straight, this video actually isn't all that new. I reached out to the R.O.C. who confirmed it was from a year or two ago, but the sentiment remains the same. You can see that below as well. You can check that out. I'm guessing that this video has been re-uploaded and shared by Juggalos looking to spread some love and positivity during these seemingly toxic times. Not long after this video surfaced, Violent J tweeted the following. And this is from ICP's Twitter. At I am the R.O.C. is a good man, Violent J. The R.O.C. responded a few times since this tweet, first saying this: greatly appreciate it, guys. We are all 25 plus years deep in knowing one another. It won't be an easy task, but I pray we can put a lot of the hurt behind us and move forward. Blessings to you guys. Then he went into further detail, stating the following. Listen, here is what I want to explain. It is okay for Psy and MNE to waggle our genitals, represent our labels, without it being a direct conflict or diss to one another. In today's music game, it seems so hard for people to understand that. It's like a child only allowing themselves to play with one friend and excluding the other potential friend. Why not have a bunch of friends / family? And the ones that destroy that vibe, kick them to the curb. At Tweet Me So Hard, which is Twisted's Twitter handle, mentioned about the DCG Con on their Facebook page. And from what a friend of mine, #Keegan, told me, he, #RobBruce, and at ICP, had a positively impactful #Psy radio show. None of them had to do any of that shit, but they did. We have to get the ball rolling somewhere. So I'm not signing. So no, I'm not signing with Psy or Twisted. Ain't resigning there, or ICP signing to MNE. To all the juggalos / ninjas / fans, this is how you do grown folk shit. Grown-ass men shit. #spread the love. For as long as I've known him, the R.O.C. has never been about any negativity or drama. Keegan mentioned that R.O.C. even reached out to him prior to the Juggalo March to wish him the best of luck. The same happened to me, and that seemed to be when tensions were at their highest. Maybe this will be the catalyst to get both sides talking. Let's hear what you have to think about the statements from both sides. Are you on board with starting the healing process to reunite the underground? You know, I'm definitely for it. Do I want to see it rushed? Do I want to see it or hear it anytime soon? No. I think it's going to take some time, some effort on both ends, from both sides, to really get everything up and running and going again. You know, people were wanting just several months ago for Dark Lotus to reunite at the Gathering, and I put my 2 cents in on that. This is back on my old channel. You know, I simply stated that yes, I would love to see a Dark Lotus reunion, um, maybe another album in the future, but just not right now. It's too soon, it's too quick, and you know both sides don't need to just rush into this and blow their load. When there's still a lot of open wounds and a lot of healing to do on both sides. Um, and at this point, do you really want to hear songs like Juggalo Family being performed with all of them on stage together at this point? I personally don't, because there's it's like the meaning is there, but the feeling won't be there. You know what I mean? Because there's still tension, there's still little things that need to be worked out. Um, and there's do I is there, excuse me, is there things that Psychopathic has done and said that I don't like or I don't agree with? Yes, absolutely. Um, they've said a lot of things. They've done a lot of things business wise that I don't like, I don't agree with. Same goes for Magic Ninja. A lot of the things that Twisted has said, um, and it's mainly Twisted. You got guys like uh, Blaze and R.O.C. who just they're neutral. They just stay off to the side. You know they don't have they don't necessarily have beef with anybody. Um, but it's mainly just been Twisted, and then you got Gmo putting his 2 cents in on it, which we all know Gmo is always down to ride for the people uh, that he works with, um, and down to ride for his crew and everything. So of course Gmo is going to jump in on it. Um, but there's been a lot of things said on Magic Ninja's end that I don't personally like or agree with. Uh, even going back to all the bullshit with Young Wicked and everything that he's done, um, you know, and even business wise, they've done and said some things that I don't agree with. Same with Strange Music. They've done some things and said some things I don't agree with. In the past. Um, LSP, SKR. You know, even mainstream music. Some artists in the mainstream that I may enjoy. They all of our favorite artists and musicians, they've all done or said something at some point that we don't like. It's just how it is. Um, but for Twisted to speak about the DCG Con in support of that, and for them to help spread the word about ICP's show at the Roxy that weekend and everything. That was cool. That was commendable of them to do that. And hopefully, at some point down the line in the future, we can get that old feeling of Juggalo Family back on track with ICP and Twisted and Blaze and all that just coming back together once again, and we can have Lotus again, we can have Psychopathic Riders again, and just all these different things that they could do with each other, you know, with these two labels. Um, you know, ICP being featured on some Twisted shit, Twisted being featured on some ICP shit. Um, just all these things, all these scenarios, and just great music that we could be getting, somewhere down the line. But just have to be patient. We have to wait. I just think it would be stupid and it would be foolish and ignorant for them to just, try to do something right now musically and creatively. It just wouldn't go well. It just wouldn't have that same feeling. There's a lot that needs to be worked out, a lot of issues, um, and feelings that need to be hashed out and resolved, and problems before any of that can happen and happen successfully. So that's just my thoughts on it. Um, let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below or whatever. But I do want to see it, but right now it's just way too soon, and it's going to be done for all the wrong reasons if they do it now. They're just going to be doing it to be doing it and try to make money off of it, and not for themselves and for us, the juggalos and juggalettes in the community. So that's just my thoughts, my opinion on it. Let me know what you guys think. I'm Riddles. This has been episode number 9 of the Riddle Me This podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It is greatly appreciated, as always. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed. If you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe and the bell for all notifications, so you'll be notified when I upload content to this channel. Check the links in the description below to all my social media. Give my Facebook page a like. Also, Dollhouse Radio, give that Facebook page a like. I'm affiliated with them as an administrator. You can find me on Twitter at riddlesjuggalo. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and I'm on PlayStation 4. So all that is in the description below. Check that out. Add me. And my business email for business-related things, questions, comments, concerns. You can write me on that email, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. I try to stay prompt on those things, and I check it on almost a daily basis. So I am looking for sponsorship and if you need any kind of advertisement via, for your YouTube channel, your business, your company, whatever it is, you can hit me up on that email, and I will get back to you, and we'll see if we can get the ball rolling on something. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Riddles. This is the Riddle Me This podcast once again. Thank you for watching. Peace out. Have a great day, a great week, and I will be back soon with episode 10 of the Riddle Me This podcast. Take care. I'll talk to you later.